my name's Heather. I am just going to quickly make a comment about what possibly I think, with absolutely no qualifications or experience on the matter whatsoever, what my thoughts are on coronavirus or COVID-19. The COVID-19 itself, or the 19 specifically, comes from the fact that this is, I believe, the 19th strain of SARS, or severe acute respiratory syndrome. So far from being just a flu, SARS is in fact just pneumonia, which is a little an oxymoron, really, if you ask me. Nobody fancies a touch of a touch of pneumonia, so that's the first thing. Let's not share pneumonia. The issue with having any virus is not so fact that you or your children or your friends may die. It's the fact that you, while you are not symptomatic of the illness, are still contagious, and everybody that you come across and wipe your hands all over their stuff and touch things and cough and expel fluids, you're contagious. And that person may have a son or daughter with cystic fibrosis, or perhaps they've just had a bone marrow transplant and have no immune system. So point number one for me is that you're not just taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your community. Number two, consumption. So I think for me, the biggest takeaway that I'm thinking about so much with this is toilet paper and the issues around toilet paper and consumption of pointless things in general. I'm delighted that I have a bidet that is already installed in my home, and I intend on using that because I have no intention on getting my knickers in a knot over bog roll. I think that is, we're above that. We have a massive brain with a huge capacity of invention and thought and problem solving, and so I intend to use water and reusable wipes. That's my phone. I'm not going to answer it. I should call him. It's my ex-husband. I shall survive. Anyway, so I think that Australia in the moment is in this grip of fever buying. They are buying stuff that they don't even know that they need or why. They are buying things like wet wipes to wipe their bums with, so that later on our sewer systems can be completely demolished, and the only one benefiting from that is plumbers. We can do better, okay? There are whole societies around the world, and historically toilet paper is a very, very new thing, and we are so caught up in this icky thing where using anything other than toilet paper could be absolutely mortifying, when really it is, if you use water and pat yourself dry, you'll actually feel better, and it's way better for the environment. Moving on from that, I think that probably we'll all need to start being a little bit more careful with our resources. So in terms of food, Australians where I live at the moment are noticing there are a lot more things missing from shelves, and instead of thinking, what can I use instead, they are getting in a grip of panic and snatching things from other stores that they think they need, which sparks even more panic. So it's panic buying. There is no rationale behind it, and it's kind of psychotic because they're repeating the same behavior even though it gives them no satisfaction whatsoever, really. So I think we all need to just be a little bit more careful about the things we buy and how we use them. Obviously, there is more of an idea nowadays in my generation about producing our own food. We're of course restricted by the amount of land we've got, time, things like that. Society is very different nowadays. There's a lot more single parent families. There's a lot less of the nuclear family where the woman stays home to tend for the family because of cost of living, blah, blah, blah. But still, I think that we can do better than snatching things that we don't really need off the supermarket's shelves to fuck up the things that we actually really need. So we all, I think, need to be calm, don't panic, and be kind. I think we need to stop panicking when things aren't immediately available to us, look at alternatives, and have a look at how those alternatives could impact us later. I also just want to comment that this could not be the end of coronavirus as we know it. This is the 19th strain of SARS, and what we really want to avoid is the 20th. What that will mean is that the SARS virus has mutated and probably become more sophisticated, and from that it could be just a slippery slope to having these massive contagious illnesses that we're never really on top of. Now, some would say that it's kind of inevitable that society or human race has grown to such a unmanageable level that we really do need to kind of level the playing field. That is fine. I'm not going to comment on whether I agree or disagree with that, but I think that we need to, at least if we have any chance of circumnavigating this, we need to be smarter and adapt. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh, that's my hair, by the way. I'm going all glam and curling my hair because I'm a lady. All right, have a good day. Bye.